item. It's 2 Wicked makes for a customer who had my previous Glinda make. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen for you because the screen, I don't think, no, you can't see. It's the Glinda make. I think it's the dress that she wears for Thank Goodness. I think, I'm not sure. And the top is like a corset, as they always are. I found a pattern that's just a V-neck, and I'm gonna make it look like a corset on the bottom again, like I've done for the Cinderella and the Sarah Sanderson. And then we have the tulle skirt. It's such a cool dress. I really like it. I've warned the customer that I'm gonna try and do the swooping tiers, but if I can't do it, it'll just have to be like 3 straight layers. I've got all the fabrics and I'm going to show you. Trying to find a fabric to do the corset or the bodice and the rest of it, because I always do cotton as a base just because it's nicer for the child to have it on. But I couldn't really find anything, but I did find this that is really nice colour. It's just not as dark, but it's still a nice pink. Then I've got all these tulle colours, so pink and green. There's all different sorts of colours of pink and green. There isn't one quite this dark, but I'm going to add it on the bottom. And then on her corset there is like a stand-up butterfly. I can't find one like that, but I have found this cute one here, which is quite big. So I'm going to see how that looks. It's time to get making. I've just cut out all of the bodice and realised I didn't cut it with the V, and I've used all the fabric up, so I've had to order another bit of the pink. It doesn't matter, I can still do the skirt, it just means I can't get sewing today. Quickly just made the bodice just so I could see what it would look like, and I've made a sample of a layer, the first layer, the shortest one, which would start like around here. I feel like it's not swoopy enough, I feel like it needs to swoop more. Actually just thought, so I can carry on, I'm going to cut the V out of the bloomer, and then once the other stuff arrives I can use that to do the bloomers instead, so I can actually carry on. I don't know, I didn't think of that before. I'm going to use that as my guide for cutting all the top layers. So yeah, let's cut this out and then we can carry on. I've been cutting tulle for 3 hours now. I've got the actual bodice here, then I've got 3 different greens and I think 3 different pinks on each layer. So this is going to be the smaller one along the top, this is the middle and that's the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to do the swoop here. If I do the swoop on that one, I will just gradually do it. I'm not sure what I'm doing about that yet. I might do that once I've laid it together. I don't know how many layers of each I'm going to do at a time. I'm just sort of cutting it all out and then I'll see. It's just going to be one of those that I work it out as I go. But I've got all of this. I'm going to do a bit of this colour because there's not much dark in it, but she's got a little bit of dark on the bottom. So I'm going to add some darker bits on the bottom. All of the bottom layers as well aren't in long strips. I've cut them all in half, so I'll have to layer as I go so that you get the different gradients of colour. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm having fun doing it. It is stressful, but yeah, we will get there. yesterday now, and I've got this far. I've got the layers of all the top one on. I'm not 100% sure of how this is laying. I wanted it to be a bit tighter and I didn't want it to be so obvious. So also I've got all of this green hanging off the end from where I can't fit it all on. Yeah, so I'm just gonna fiddle around with this. So I've redone it and I think I preferred it before. I've got all the layers on there, but the bodice bit is really thick. So my plan, which I did think would happen, my plan was to then do the next layer all the way around, but there's no way I'll be able to do that with this already on because it'll be too thick. Not only will my machine probably won't be able to even get through it, it'll just be uncomfortable to wear with something so thick on one side. This is what I've got so far with the skirt. I've got the layered green and pink on top, but I haven't done the pink here because I've already attached a bit here to cover this bit. I hope it works. In my head, I'm thinking I'm making an exact replica and I'm not, so I just need to get that out of my head. I'm making it with the colours and the layers and stuff. It's not an exact replica. However this turns out, it will still look cute. So, moment of truth, because once this is on, I can then just do the bottom layer, attach it to that skirt. I'm back. It works in theory, but it's still too thick, literally, and I could barely sew it. So I stopped halfway and I'm now taking it all apart. I'm gonna do it that way, but I'm gonna move it down the cotton. I had it really too close to the seam, far too close to the seam, so I'm gonna attach it like down here and then attach the bottom layer lower. And I'm actually gonna take this apart again and just take some layers out, because on this one I've actually ended up only having 2 layers of each colour, whereas these, I think there's 4 layers of each colour. So I'm going to just take off a couple of layers on here, which will then reduce the seam here. So I'm going to just calmly take it apart and carry on. This is what I've got so far for the skirt. I've ordered more pink tools. I'm going to wait for that to arrive before I carry on the bottom, because I'm going to use the leftovers. Once I've done this bit, I'm going to use the leftovers on the bottom skirt to make it fuller. I have got this colour, but it's really bright, and she doesn't really have any bright in her skirt, but she doesn't have that bright. She has darker, but not that dark. She's got that sort of colour though on her top. So I might add it in just because it is on the top, but I couldn't find fabric that colour. So yeah, I think I'll add it in on the skirt instead. Just rushed out to get the Glinda crown. It's a child size, so I had to pin it on my head because I wanted it for a video, a reveal of the Glinda, because I finally finished it. Elena already had the wand. I finally finished the dress. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of it. I was seriously worried for a moment. I did not know how it was gonna go. I tried 4 different things and the customer has seen it and she loves it. Here is the Glinda. challenging make I've ever done. Now I have an alphabet to do, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, there we go. The Glinda.